to see.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Future Watch. It's been a minute. It feels like I haven't been here, at least for Future Watch, in a long time. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching now or on the replay. And it is our 325th live stream. We're almost to 400, kind of, almost there. But anyways, I got my trusty and awesome co-host here, Metabeast. How are you, my friend?
I am doing well, thank you. Wonderful
Right.
Taco Tuesday.
Yes, it's always Taco Tuesdays, but I never have tacos. I never
Neither.
eat tacos on
Maybe
Tuesdays, so we gotta
if
change
it's a
that.
tamale Tuesday, I might have tamales.
Tamales. I have a burrito. A burrito Tuesday. We'll have that. But yeah, thank you, Metabeast, for being here. So, for those who don't know, Future Watch, because we haven't done it in a while. So, Future Watch is where we like to break down Web3 in a simplified manner for everyone, us including on the panel, for us to understand, whatever topic we're talking about for the day. But today we're gonna have someone I've never spoken to until like literally today. I've been in some of her spaces. But we have the Bitcoin Barbie joining us today, so I'm really thankful for that. And to get educated on, Bitcoin, what she's all about, what she's up to, and the Web3 crypto space, and yeah, and make connections that way. So, maybe anything else you want to add before we?
My understanding is she talks about some of the conspiracy theories. That's kind of what I'm gonna like to hear. I always love a good conspiracy. So
Oh, okay, I didn't know that part. Okay, interesting.
Well, if everything I read is true, there's always that. So.
Oh, where did you read? Did you read on? Yeah, there's so many sources, right?
Grok gave me a rundown on some things.
Okay.
As well as looking stuff over myself. So.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So we go to the same sources. So we, I didn't get that part, but that's awesome. You can bring that up. But without any further ado, let's bring her up. What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's.
She's been waiting patiently.
LFG. All right, we're gonna bring her right up. Please stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Bitcoin Barbie.
Hi guys. Hello. Thanks for having me. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good. Well, speaking for us, I'm doing well.
As am I.
Yeah, just ran to hand off one of the kids to the other older kid. So you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good.
Fantastic. How about you, Metabeast?
Yep, I'm doing just fine as well. It's a we're just talking about fabulous Taco Tuesday that we didn't have tacos on.
And I live in Mexico, so I literally have no excuse not to eat tacos every Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. Never do. It's funny. But I do eat tacos probably at least once a week. I'm not gonna lie. Whether I don't make them at home, I eat tacos a lot.
So you probably got make your own special tacos now, right? Since you have all the authentic, all the real ingredients to make your own stuff.
Yeah, there's even actually a little tortilla across the street from me that I can get fresh tortillas from and everything. They press them fresh right in front of you, cook them right in front of you. So yeah, I definitely get my hands on some authentic. And living down here also, I've really learned how to pick up the flavors and how to cook it myself. So
nice.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I wanna go outside my house and go get tacos right there.
We don't have 20 taco stands on my block alone.
Oh my goodness.
Certain
We have,
nights, certain nights, I can just walk down maybe a block or two and get a fish taco.
like from a food truck or like a
Yeah.
restaurant around the
Well,
corner?
it's the weirdest thing. They sit outside like a duplex location and set it up sort of with a tent and everything, but they store it inside the duplex, so it's basically a portable outdoor restaurant type thing, I guess.
Okay. Easier to travel. They probably break down and go somewhere else and set up shop.
No,
that's
just
good.
there.
No, just there.
Yeah, that's the same in Mexico. They'll stop, like, I know which people, like, they all have their little place on the block that they stand every day, and they take it up, put it down, take it up, put it down, and everyone just stays where they stay, and that's their spot on the block. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. And on some days, you know, it's funny, I haven't actually figured out what day it is, just some of the days. They have like they close off like half the street, and like it's all like shops and everything where people will sell clothing and like little this and that, shoes, baby clothes, kids clothes, school supply. Everyone's got like their own little kiosk that they set up for the like day. It's kind of like a farmer's market, and it just yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Like we have something similar here in Hawaii, but not like there's different types of food options, but not like 20 different like taco places. I think we have like one taco place. And I don't know if it's like the real deal kind of thing, because I don't think I personally have had authentic like real Mexican food. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe that's, you know, their thing, but
you know what's really interesting is that every state in Mexico or every region in Mexico, they have like a taco that's common for that region. They have certain ingredients that are common for that region. So certain tacos, I learned, are made in a certain way in like certain areas of the country. Like it's very common more in the south for people to eat like napale, which is like cactus. Like there are no, actually, sorry, not in the south, but closer to like basically where they have like agave country, I think like Oaxaca and all of this. I could be wrong. I could be totally quoting it wrong, but what I do know is that they are definitely different regions with different flavors. You find like the fish tacos closer to the sea, obviously, and you start getting into like the more of the beef and stuff and like cattle country. And anyway,
that makes sense, because to me, like an American style taco would be ground beef. I've never come across a taco truck that sells a taco with ground beef. It's either carne asada or
like an arrachera, like the very thin sliced meat and everything. Yeah, that's a little more authentic for sure. Yeah.
I've never had the thinly sliced meat ever. So, like I said, in Hawaii, that's not like a common thing.
You'll be able to find it in Vegas, I'm sure.
I have my 3 choices. Like I need to go to those places when we go to Vegas and try them out.
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah.
See, Spill in the comments like all this taco talk is making me hungry. Go eat some tacos.
I just ate and I'm getting hungry.
Get some tacos, guys. Get the tacos.
I'll get the
Never
tacos.
a bad decision.
Well, like I said, once again, thank you, Barbie, for your time and coming on and, you know, just being on the show. So I just kind of want to get into it. And if you could just give us like a story of how like you found the space. I believe you found like the crypto space back in 2016.
Yeah.
So what caught your eye? How did you hear even about like what crypto was, and how did your journey start?
Yeah, really great question. You know, I stumbled on it, and then, you know, I've got the even further backstory that when I finally stumbled on it, then I was like, shoot, I should have listened. You know, so actually the very first time I heard about crypto was in 2014, and my girlfriend and her husband were like super into it. Her husband was mining it just off his like regular computer back when you could do that back in the day, like just build a little, you know, kind of gaming computer and set it all up like a rig. Listen, I don't do the techie stuff. I don't know how to do all the wires. I can barely change HDMI numbers, like, but, you know, so they told me about it and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds so weird, like internet money. Like it just didn't click to me. Just, I had everyone's original, you know, reaction, like, the hell are you guys talking about? And at that time, there hadn't even been any like news about it or any like, you know, there was nothing. Like these random people are just like, you know, chilling out, and all of a sudden, you know, we're hanging out in the backyard around the bonfire. Hey, you should do this. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you hand me my beer, please? So totally overlooked it, right? And then, yeah, a few years later, I had started playing around with Forex, and I was kind of learning. I at the time, I mean, now with everything I know, I knew nothing. I was way over leveraged, just shooting my shot at anything. I didn't even know what a chart was meant to do. Like, you know, simple beginner stuff that we've all done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, and at one point in time, I had gotten into crypto, and it was beginning. I can't remember what time. It was about the beginning of 2016, I think. And I had gotten in, and it was like $300 or something like that. And then I had sold at I got in at 300, and then it went to 400 a few weeks later. And before that, I was like, I had been in real estate and everything. So I'm like 30% ROI in a few weeks, like take that, you know? So I took it out, whatever. But to be honest, I wasn't buying Bitcoin at the time. I was just trading it as a CFD, which stands for contract for difference in the Forex world. And so, you know, it was just kind of like, oh, that was cool. Like I, you know, lucked out on that one. I had at the time been like full on aping into something with like 500x leverage on like a $200 account and just blowing it right away because, you know, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, it was like 600 or something like that, and I was like, oh, this like is going up, like let me just buy it again. So I bought it again, and then it went to 1200, like just maybe like three-ish weeks or so later. Like this is when things were starting to really ramp up, and so it went up to 1200, and I was like, absolutely, we'll take that profit, 100x or 100, you know what I mean, a 2x, 100% on a investment. Fantastic. And then this was in 2017. So then a few months later, I think it was like 4 months later or something like that, all of a sudden it was the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, and Bitcoin was like 17,000. And I was like, what did I just miss? You know, like, shoot, I missed something here. What is this? Because at the beginning of the day, I was just like kind of just throwing money into random things on leverage and whatever. On top of that, when I saw that, I was also noticing that these Bitcoin ATMs were all over Toronto. They were everywhere. Toronto really established a lot of ATMs around the city very early. Now that I'm aware, it was a very early into the crypto industry. So I was seeing these everywhere, and the price is flying up. And so I was like, okay, I need to learn about this. And I jumped in, made some friends in the industry. I met some guys who had like an education program back in the day, and I ended up, you know, getting a lot of education with them, started working with them. You know, one intro to crypto, one of them ended up being a scammer, you know, and was life. So I definitely very early on saw a lot of the ploys and the plays that people played in the industry. You know, it was very, very Wild West. It really was. But I knew right from the jump, as soon as I figured out like how the tech works and how everything is set up, and you know, it's like I could see the vision. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it in terms of everything that's happening right now. I didn't see NFTs and meme coins. Like it wasn't like that. When I was in, it was like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XRP had just stepped on the scene. You know, so it was very much so like small potatoes. There were other coins coming, but it was just very few and far between. It was like maybe 100 coins at the time or something like that. And then yeah, so I just stuck to it, and I was playing around in the Forex industry and playing around in the crypto, and I, you know, kind of found a way to middleman a lot of things. I realized, you know, that it wasn't easy at the time. I was doing like liquidity So like people who needed to buy larger sums of crypto, I could make the sale to them. And just doing like education and all these like different little niche pockets of things, connecting people in the industry that needed to be connected, just through network and all of that. And then, yeah, I mean, fast forward, that was back 2018. Fast forward, we're here like 7 years later, almost 8 years later now. And I mean, I've just been rolling with the punches and positioning myself. And now I'm getting really into the marketing, brand, I would say like the brand development, the business development side of things. And that's kind of where I'm at now. Yeah.
Jeez, I mean that's an amazing story. Like just starting, and you put it was like you said 300 something, and then it shot up to even like 17,000. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's just like.
Oh no, but I sold it. I sold it 1,200, so I didn't catch that.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I was like, whoa.
What?
Imagine if you like still, but we didn't know then.
Did you beat yourself up badly over it?
No, you know what I kick myself more about is not getting back in 2014 when it was $50. My girlfriend was trying to convince me. That's where I kick myself, because the irony is now I'm the Bitcoin Barbie, right? Okay. But you know, hindsight's 2020. And no, I don't feel bad about it. Some people go to university, they spend thousands and thousands of dollars in time on university. I still took profit and spent my time learning more about the industry and creating business and pioneering things out of it. So I'm not too mad about it. And I've had some really good plays along the way as well. As the more I get educated, I've had the opportunity to see things for what they were at the very beginning and, you know, ape in and pull some nice profits. So no, I'm not mad about it. I mean, do I wish I had a couple Bitcoin for $50? I think we all do, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And you named a whole bunch of the coins. I got in around 2018 or 19, I think it was. And you named a bunch of the coins. Those were the ones that I learned from the beginning. The Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, XLM, all those.
You know what? And Dash that's funny that you mentioned Dash because I first of all, I just got onto crypto Twitter like this year. I mean, my account was made a couple years ago, but I really only got on this year. And I saw like Dash Coin was like a whole thing. So I like started stalking them, and now I'm actually like friends with the guys. I I go on their show every Thursday, and like they've come and sponsored my shows. But my dog is actually named Dash because that was one of my one of my name bags. Yeah, that was one of my I got in early aping, made a nice little chunk of change off of it. But yeah, it was one of my faves for sure.
Very cool.
And now there's like thousands of coins out there. Like you can't even keep up now. Everyone's making a coin. But
yeah. So
did you had a coin, or do you have a coin or a token?
I do.
Right?
You know what? Last week, I do a lot of AMAs in the space now as well. So like you said, you know, you've seen me in spaces. I am in spaces probably way too many hours a day. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the spaces I host are AMAs, so I'll get projects to come sit with me. We talk and we delve in. And one of the projects that came to me that he said, like, hey, we'd love to do an AMA with you was called blockminer.fun. And so what they created recently and launched recently was a platform. I'm not going to show too much, but I definitely am going to tell you guys about the platform. They made a platform that essentially gives like a fair launch, a fair launch pad. So it is a launch pad, just like Pump Fund, but it's actually built on the Bitcoin network. So all the tokens that come off of it are called runes. And so runes are basically the equivalent to like a meme coin, but the runes are specifically Bitcoin meme coin. So what I did last week, just about a week ago, is I did launch Barbie coin on Bitcoin. So it is a rune. And I thought it was perfect. Then they came to me, they're like, we want to launch this token with you and do like an AMA. And I was like, that makes absolutely 100% brand positive sense. You know, like how bullish is it that my coin would be on Bitcoin? Let's go. So I do. I have one. The link for it to get to the launch pad is in my description. And it's really cool because right now we're just building our rigs. So you need 1,000 rigs before the coin will go live onto a DEX. And so right now I think we're sitting at about 31. We didn't really push it at first, so we're building up, and I have a team behind me that jumped on and said, "Hey, let's build the utility." And I know the team; these are people who've been super supportive and very like hardworking in the background. So we've got some stuff cooking for sure with it. But yeah, you can find it on blockminer.fun, and that link is in my link tree on my bio. So if you go in there and you see it'll be hashtag Barbie, that's where you can buy it.
Cool. That's amazing. Like, and I like how a lot of people are, you know, coming out with their own tokens or coins. And I think like before, if you were even trying to do that, like people either wouldn't come and support or will just be like, like they don't know what they're doing. But now there's like more, I want to say like resources and more connections on how to do certain things like the correct way, just to get that launch. But yeah, good for you. Like I was reading that, I'm like, and how perfect is that, right? Like Barbie, the Barbie coin. So that's like perfect. That's awesome. I'll put let me try and share this, so people can go and check it out. But yeah, that's awesome. Congrats to you on that. And there was also like a clown coin that you're part of.
Yeah, so I'm on the team of a company called Clown. It's a decentralized marketing agency. And so what we do is we essentially let projects come on and create marketing campaigns through our DApp. And that's a really cool thing for the simple fact that so here's really how it works is when you're on the DApp, right? There's two people that come into play. The first player is the person who is either a project founder or someone who's bringing projects on to place the marketing campaigns with us. And the other side is people who are, you know, raiders, people who are building their KOL resume, people who are just trying to, you know, make a couple extra dollars just to post about something. And what we do is based off the engagement that they receive, they are essentially able to get a little chunk of the marketing budget. So this is really beneficial, and I was so excited to jump on board with these guys for a few reasons, because I also see how saturated the market is, and in terms of KOLs and some of the ploys that some of these KOLs are playing, which is like, you know, they'll bot their accounts for followers, they'll bot their posts for likes and engagement, so it looks like they have a lot of engagement, and then they turn around and they'll quote a project like $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, right? And a lot of this is like bogus engagement. So these people are paying, you know, a lot of money, and they're not getting the conversion on it, and it's becoming a massive problem in the space. And I'm not saying that this is everyone, but it is definitely something that we're seeing more of in the space, and it's a problem because they're liquidating the market essentially. They're, you know, siphoning funds out of it, and so with Clown, it becomes like almost a fair playing ground where, you know, you're putting in your budget, you can place your budget, and people who are actually working and showing you the results, you're only paying for the actual results. On the flip side of that, you know, and I've been on this side where I've worked with a few projects who said, "Hey, yeah, we want you to come work with us," and then like they don't pay, they end up, you know, disappearing on you after you've done the work. And so it happens in the industry. So with Clown, it's kind of a win-win. We just middleman that transaction for people, and everyone kind of wins in the end because our AI algorithm will pick up on like botted activity. We have a team that's always looking out for people who look like they're botting too much. And yeah, and so that's Clown. I mean, I could dive into it all day because I absolutely love the tech that they've put together. Shout out to the team over there. Shout out to Serge and Christian, who you know, spend hours and hours, you know, trying to make sure everything's going well and up and running. So yeah, thank you.
No, that's awesome. Thank you. Sorry, Metabeast, did you have something to add to that?
I was going to ask, are you familiar with the whole InfoFi thing that's going on out there?
Yeah, this is actually InfoFi social fi. Yeah, that's actually exactly what Clown is, right? The difference is some of the other platforms, and I'm not going to name names, but some of the other platforms really only pay you to like advertise them. And so, you know, they're not really, it's kind of a weird cycle. And there's been a couple people who have taken massive losses. There's been a couple of places where like they don't pay out properly. So, you know, we're just trying to stay a step ahead of everyone. And you know, I've really started grooming these people who are on the posting side of things. I have something called the Clown University in my open chat, and I talk to these guys and say, hey, like, what's the, you know, post your post here so we make sure it doesn't look spammy, so you don't get, you know, shadow banned on X. But also, you know, you're creating quality content as a content creator, as you know, as you're starting. So we've really been trying to coach these guys and make sure that they're posting quality content, that they're building up their status as well, so that they don't need to worry that when they want to go to a project themselves, so they're going to have the tools to close that deal for themselves, but also present themselves and perform the tasks and the promises of their contract, right? And do it, you know, professionally and honestly.
So we had somebody on last week. She does a daily InfoFi post, and
Okay.
I dabble in it some too. This is the first I've heard of anything on as far as being related to Bitcoin in the InfoFi. So I think that's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. Interesting. I'd love to hear more about it in the back channels if you're interested.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
gonna
we can connect them. And
I'm gonna let our guest know from last week about it. Because I don't know that she's ever looked into InfoFi on Bitcoin at all.
Bitcoin. Yeah. Or even maybe you can check out ATC. That's like and speak to you guys on the stage. That's to show Monday through Thursday that Metabeast is part of as speaker. It's ATC All Things Crypto, and it's run by I don't know if you've heard of them, Dave, Cool Crypto, and NatNat, and then there's a bunch of like other different speakers, and they talk about everything, like literally everything,
All things
and
crypto.
Yeah, all things crypto.
And InfoFi gets thrown in there quite a bit too. So
it's a meta right now. It really is. It is a meta. It's definitely a narrative that's happening right now. And I think we're not going to be the first for it. I don't think we were the first for it. I don't think we'll be the last for it. It is. I mean, we're talking about our valuable data, right? Like this is data. This is work that we're putting in all day, every day. And that's one thing I like is like this is an opportunity before you're monetized on X for you to get monetized, right? And for you to, when you're posting about projects, like if you're trying to help rate and you're doing these things, and there's a lot of people, you know, and especially in like Nigeria or like places in Africa, there's people in the Middle East, in like poorer parts of the Middle East. You know, we've got a handful of different people who are using the DApp, and you know they're actually able to make a nice little side income from what's going on here, right? So, you know, I think it's a great thing. And I think that people should be paid for their work if they're out here promoting projects. I mean, if you love projects and whatever you want to share them, that's awesome. But when you're marketing, you're marketing. And that's, you know, it's a very valuable skill if you're doing it right.
Sorry.
You know, it's right. If you do it well and you do it right, you can really grow yourself as a brand. And that's one thing that I've constantly been preaching. Like, you know, you guys see me here just coming on. I think my followers like 6,200 or something, like 6,000 something. But I really only came onto Twitter before I was on Instagram, and Meta completely wiped me. So it did. It wiped out like a whole bunch of my network, the way I was operating. So, you know, just being able to build your brand and understanding that like your brand is valuable. I took that loss this year where I had to like rebuild my brand. And here we are. So, you know, anyone can really do it. It's just, it takes work. It takes effort and energy, money, time. Yeah. Not so much money. You can do a lot of things for free here and get ahead.
Yeah.
Be honest.
I have to apologize for my little laugh talking about the marketing thing. I do I guess, fake marketing. I write stupid, crazy ads for products that don't currently exist. Maybe some of them should, but maybe some
They
of them
should.
not.
Yeah, they're
Some of
pretty
them
funny.
should. But
Yeah.
that I'm sorry, that just talking about the marketing made me giggle because mine was not the way you were saying it should be, I think. So.
I love it. I absolutely love it. That's so funny. What's an example of a product that you've like made?
What's that? Oh, the products. So in a Twitter
I'll get a
space,
kick out
talking
of
with a
it.
group of people, the dude wipes came up. I said, "Oh hell no, hell no!" And right instantly, Taint Towels was born as a competitor against dude wipes. A popular one people actually kind of want is the emotional support mannequin.
I like that.
I've done a whole bunch of these for these two girls I hang out with occasionally, and they're in X Space for Shorty, Talls, and Pink. They had a company they call just imaginary company they called Kinky Pinky Candle Co. So I've created all kinds of scents and ads for those. So that's the kind of stuff. It gets some of it gets even dirtier. There's the trailer park bidet. Is one of my most recent, and the belly button brush.
I love it. That's so funny. That's awesome though. And here's the thing, especially with AI right now, like you could probably do some of this and make it so believable as long as you make it believable. Like you could spin stories right now and people are like clickbaiting so much that you're like, was this real?
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, definitely. The comments you get on those are probably insane. I would love to see that.
Actually, I don't get many. I don't
You
know
should put it on
if
TikTok.
I get funny or what, but yeah.
Yeah, TikTok.
Oh, you have never heard one of my commercials.
I love it. I want to hear one. You have to send me one for sure so I can giggle.
Yes, you should send her one of. Well, I think they're all funny, but yeah, he's got some really good ones, and it's like for me when I hear them for the first time, I'm like, okay, I know someone else is thinking of this, but Metabeast is the one that actually came out and did something with it. Like, duh, wouldn't you want a taint towel?
I don't want to distract from our time with you. I don't know what your hard stop is. If you want, I can play the one that set this whole thing off, the original taint towel.
Play it. Yeah, play it. I have probably like about an hour or so after. Yeah,
okay.
About another hour. Yeah.
All right.
He's
Real
queuing
quick.
it up.
And Fro evidently has never heard them. I actually did a PSA. There's one of the listeners in the community. He tends to win every giveaway, and people were laughing and joking about it. So I wrote a PSA about him winning everything. It was pretty good.
That was a good one too.
All right.
Are you tired of those awkward moments when your undercarriage feels less than fresh? Do you find yourself shifting in your seat, wondering if anyone else can sense your swampy shame? Well, worry no more. Introducing
Taint
Towels.
Pause. She's not here.
Specially designed.
Oh, what happened?
Can you pause? I don't know what happened. I think she lost connect. Well, I think there she was. Here she is. Here she is. Hold on.
I thought she decided she didn't want to hear it.
She's like, peace out. I'm good.
I got an hour left. Bye.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I was looking at the comments and then I hit the back button and I guess I can't do that. It just locked me right out of everything. So
I've done that myself. I'm like, wait, no. God dang it.
Like, she didn't want to hear it. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Are you tired of those awkward moments when your undercarriage feels less than fresh? Do you find yourself shifting in your seat, wondering if anyone else can sense your swampy shame? Well, worry no more. Introducing Taint Towels. Specially designed to tackle that troublesome terrain between front and back, Taint Towels are infused with our patented Fresh Blast ETM technology. One quick wipe, and boom. No more funky junction.
I used to dread long car rides, but with Taint Towels, I can sit in peace knowing my nethers are nice and neat.
Perfect for gym bags, road trips, first dates, and family gatherings where grandma insists on hugging too close.
Camping used to be a nightmare. Now, I just reached for a taint towel and I'm fresher than a daisy in a windstorm.
Say goodbye to swampy sorrow and hello to confident comfort with Taint Towels. Available now in Minty Musk, Citrus Surprise, new tires, and unscented for the sensitive taint community.
And let me tell ya, taint that the truth.
And that tagline. Sorry.
That is so funny. That is hilarious.
Thank you.
I'm dying. Not with the sister and your grandma. I'm like, what?
The testimonials tend to really make or break the whole ad too, because they say some funny crap. Like, I don't know what fresher than a daisy in a windstorm means, but it sounds great, doesn't it?
Sounds southern. It does sound southern.
And the scent. I don't know if you caught it, but
Something you'd hear.
the new tire.
Yeah, the new tire smell. I gotta get the new shoe smell. That's always a favorite one.
Oh, that's a candle scent. New shoes.
New shoes.
Yep, that's one of the kinky peaky candle scents. That one's kind of long. So anyway, thank you for letting me play that. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no worries. Hilarious. That's awesome.
I want to hear though. So if I read correctly, you talk about some of the conspiracies theories in crypto. Would that be a correct statement or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. Actually, I'm a lot of bit of a conspiracy theorist. But you know, I here's the thing. I don't necessarily know if I believe everything about all the conspiracy that's said, right? But there are things that are like, well, that's a little uncanny, and this is no longer a theory; it's just a conspiracy. So.
What would be one of the most interesting conspiracy theories out there that you were aware of?
Oh, I think one of my biggest conspiracy theories for crypto personally is that I do firmly believe that crypto was built and launched and deployed by the same people who run the banking system. And you know, I used to do some personal assistant work for a gentleman who was a multimillionaire, and he mentored me while I would work for him. He would always tell me these little things, and one of the things I picked up from him was, you know, when you have a successful business, duplicate it and create your competition, right? And so that to me really stuck. And I see that crypto is basically exactly that. It's the implementation of a new system. And I just, you know, with everything that's going on, there's still ways to lock everything in. But, you know, the world is very much so a rules for thee and not for me place, where a select few people create legislation and many other people believe that they have to follow it. And that's just simply not true. So, you know, there's ways you can go out and create laws. You can go out and write bills and get them passed through government. But yeah, it takes the work to do it. And there's politics involved. It's politics, right? So, yeah, I think though, kind of bringing it in more, I do think that crypto is still made by, you know, the banking cabal. We'll call it that.
It's interesting. Very interesting, actually. So cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm into all of them. Actually, the whole reason I moved to Mexico was because of COVID, and you know, I just already knew. I won't get too into the details of wording, but there's a certain thing that was, you know, more than offered to us, maybe pushed on us, so to speak, and I wasn't there for it. I did not want it, and so I got up and I moved to Mexico before it became mandatory. For all of us a few years later to realize the damages that all of us crazy anti-schmackschmers, you know what I mean, said was going to happen.
I came up with my completely own COVID conspiracy. I think it's fun.
Talk to me.
So, you know, say there are people not of our immediate planet that want to come here, and while the atmosphere is somewhat the same as theirs, there's some adjustments that needed to be made in order for them to actually come down and breathe on the planet. So my conspiracy theory is that they have altered the atmosphere, and the whole COVID thing was people who couldn't handle the adjustment, and along with the shots, helping people who could actually adjust to the change in the atmosphere. So I just thought it was fun.
Damn, that
And-
one's like, that's another one I've never heard anyone say, but
That's because I made it up.
okay.
It's my own. It's my own.
I need substance. I like that. You got the bones, you got the skin and bones. Give me the meat and potatoes. I want to know the details.
Why in the history of the world was this the first time every government basically agreed on something that people should get the shot? And then there's the whole thing. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I did. Street sweepers were still out and about during COVID. When the streets were abandoned and everybody was in lockdown, there were street sweepers out. What
Street,
is that?
like literally, like literal
Yes,
street
the
sweepers?
street cleaners, those big trucks with the brushes that just they
It's all
seem
the dust,
pointless,
all
but
the
they
dust and
happen.
leaves.
But they were laying down on their actual purpose was placing whatever, I forget what the word is, but making it so the atmosphere would stick, more or less. That sounds weird, but it's actually
it's so weird. Very sci-fi for sure.
I think it's fun.
Interesting.
I think it's
That's
fun. Yeah,
That's
totally
an
made
interesting one. He's like, I totally made it up. I had literally no grasping for straws. But hey, listen, sometimes it starts off like that, and then all of a sudden you
never
accidentally uncover some craziness. So
You never know.
why?
Yeah, like those aliens, and
They're fun.
I don't know.
Conspiracies
talk about-
are fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like conspiracies, because I've heard a lot and stuff about just a lot of things in general, but I think like conspiracies are. I mean, if people are talking about it, or even like a few people, it must have come from somewhere, or someone has seen something, right? 'Cause, I mean, isn't that like how our, I guess, imagination kind of goes? Like we have had to like seen it or heard it from somewhere to get these ideas in our heads.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's like it always begins somewhere, and there's like you said, it was like there's something in you that just kind of was like, okay, well, that would make sense if that was like that. I mean, yeah, no, interesting for sure. Interesting. I mean, lean into it. I want meat and potatoes. Next time we talk, you better come up with the whole game plan here of what happened.
Yes. Go up in a space and talk about it, because I just like to hear like what people are thinking, because it's always interesting, and sometimes you don't think like what someone shares is, you wouldn't like really expect it coming from that certain person, just because it's like totally different from how you talk to them like on a regular basis. But yeah, you never know what people are just thinking of and just imagining. But I don't know. Is there other? I really like this talk. Is there any more conspiracies from either one of you?
From me? Oh,
Yeah.
oh. You know what? A lot of my conspiracy theories boil down to religion, and I don't know if I want to dig too much, but I definitely. Let me think of another one.
Who do you think Satoshi Nakamoto is? That's like a conspiracy, isn't it?
No, but I think Satoshi Nakamoto is really, I don't think it's one person. I think it's a collective of people, just like, the original banking cabal that came together to create. I think it's the same founding families. I think it's the same people. They had to create the FUD, so that, the people who maybe a little bit more intelligent and go, hey, I got to break out of this system, and it makes it feel like you're breaking out of this system. Like I said, I think they've just created their own competition. So for everyone who's like, hey, I know what's going on in the banking world, and I know the faults with like how banks work and the monetary system works currently. Let me go look over there. There's something new over there, something shiny, and it might give me an opportunity. But really it's just same puppeteer. So that's just, yeah.
Ronnie likes to believe that AI became sentient decades ago and created its own currency called Bitcoin.
Ooh, I would, you know what? I would lean into that. I don't know about the AI becoming sentient, but what I would lean into, Bitcoin has been something that's been talked about. There is historical data and recollection of Bitcoin being mentioned in documentation from, you know, decades ago. There's actually a group in the Bitcoin world called the Buckazoids, and that was a video game where the initial Bitcoin B was first actually founded. So they have their own theory on who they think the creator of Bitcoin is, but yeah, they found one that's like a Bitcoin that was in a video game from like the 80s or the 90s or something really early. So I mean, I think that it's definitely, I don't know about AI being sentient and bringing it to life as that payment system, but I mean, give me the meat and potatoes. I'm here to hear about it. I want to know, you know, the details. Convince me. Listen, I'm a flat earther too, so like, you can,
Right.
if you got some like solid, you know, backing, and I go in and do my little bit of sniffing around, like, yeah, if you do it right, I might believe you.
I always find it kind of funny, well, not funny, but like how, like you were saying, like someone or something breaking out of this bubble, breaking out and then going to create their own new shiny thing, but it's basically the same thing that they just broke out of, but like covered in a different look. But it's pretty much, when you go all the way down the rabbit hole, it's like basically the same thing, but just worded differently, or you know, just has a different look, but it's underneath the outer skin, it's like the same thing. So I think like a lot of stuff that happen in this day and age, like the stuff that people are like, even government or whatever, a higher power, they just do these things to make it seem like, oh yeah, this is not the same thing. Yeah, let's go here. It's something new, something fresh. But really dig down, it's like, what? This is like the same thing. Yeah.
Well, and I think like the only advantage, right, is that if you're smart enough right now, you're, even if you believe that, and this has kind of been my thing, because people be like, well, why wouldn't you just, you know, stick with it? And it's like, because this is where the future is going, and so I'm going to position myself appropriately for the future of my family. I'm nowhere in a position to stop the monetary system. The monetary system's trying to stop me, okay? Let's be serious here. But like, at least let me position myself to a place where, you know, I've positioned my family, so in the future, the changes that I wish to see in the world, the wish that I wish to make in the world, I will be in the position to make. And I think that that's really where you have to be. You just have to be one step ahead of the game and aware of what you're partaking in, and just do your proper research on how to articulate yourself in the space, right? I mean, it's getting a lot harder to move crypto around. Before it was like, oh, you just can move crypto to crypto, and you know, KYC was not really a thing, and you know, wallets were all over the place, and it was just really messy in terms of a legality front. Again, Wild West, right? But now we're seeing a crackdown on KYC. We're seeing a crackdown. We're seeing whole enforcement teams tracking transactions now from wallet to wallet, watching wallets, freezing wallets. So we're seeing definitely an upgrade of stuff that we weren't seeing, you know, 7-8 years ago. Other than, unless you left your, you know, coin on an exchange and that was like your biggest threat at the time.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like, at least like when it comes to like money, it's like no matter how far ahead you get, there's always like something like that prevents you from taking like the whole thing. Like, why are we paying like this fee or this tax for that when it's like, it's mine? I I worked hard, or you know, did this to get that. Like, so why am I giving you like a piece of it just to, I don't know, just I don't know.
No, I hear you. It's a really, and like, listen, I'm not against paying taxes. I am against the way that people are, the governments, tend to allocate those incomes, or
Mhm.
those revenue streams, the tax revenue. Uh, I think that definitely is a problem. I think we're getting taxed at such a higher level than we ever were. And I always read this, it's like kind of funny. It's like, oh, hey, you're okay with getting taxed like 30%. Meanwhile, back, 100 years ago, the Boston Tea Party literally threw all the tea and like caused a riot over like a 1%, tax or something ridiculously low. And like now people are like, oh, whatever, I guess I'll just pay my 30%. Like people just roll over, they don't care. And it's just so weird to me. But this is why we have to stay aware, we have to stay connected, we have to make sure that we're on top of what's happening in terms of legislation. We have to be active in legislation, and we have to be active, and we have to take active roles in our finance and in our education. And that's what I think crypto is really about. There's a lot of people who are begging for regulation in the crypto space, and to me, it doesn't make sense because all you're really doing is begging for someone to give you rules again, when crypto is really about managing yourself. It's a lot of responsibility, and so when you have legislation, regulation, and you've got these companies under these government controlled thumb, um, okay, great. Now you don't have to be responsible anymore, and we're back at square one. So I think it's very counterintuitive to want registration and regulation in this industry. But I also see, the benefit to it in some aspects. Again, I'm not completely anti-government, but I'm also, I'm just use things properly, govern accordingly. But as we know, again, rules for thee, not for me, is the standard in that legislative branch of life. So, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. No, I love hearing everyone's your guys' thoughts and theories and point of views. Um, it's always good to hear what other people are thinking. Just be like respectful of that. So yeah, so thank you both for sharing your theories, just like things you're like thinking about. And just a word to the audience: nothing we say here is financial advice. Please go do your own research. Don't FOMO if you can't afford it. But yeah, just NFA on this channel. We are not a what do you call it, marketing or financial any kind of okay.
we're not advisors. We're just some people who have opinions. Okay, if you follow our opinions, it's because you did your own research, and if you didn't, that's on you.
Of course.
Yeah. Wes.
West is Westing. No, this has been awesome so far, and I've been really enjoying the conversation. I did want to ask you about so I was reading something about your like charity or like giving back to the community. So like, can you tell us a little bit more about that, or do you have like something in the works right now that whoever is watching or listening can like be a part of or help like spread the word around?
Yeah, definitely. I can't, because if I leave this thing right here to go back to X, it's going to log me out of the screen. But maybe what I can do is I can send you the link after, and I've actually just made it a little easier. But so I've been, I just started this initiative literally like maybe 2 days ago. So really super fresh, and I'm just getting the word out there right now. But every year I try to do something that's like nice, and try to give back, try to donate, especially when I'm in a position to. But I always try and just do something nice throughout the year. And I don't need to make a big thing about it, but I thought this year, maybe the community would be down to come together for it. So my initiative this year, it's kind of on brand as well. I'm doing like a Barbie drive. So I went on Amazon, picked out a handful of, actually it was 30 just cool basic Barbies, 30 basic Ken dolls, and I want to go give them out. I live here in Mexico City. I've lived in in another place in Mexico. And you see these kids, they don't go to school. They're constantly like, they have to work with their parents. They come to work with their parents. They're missing out, like I said, they're missing out on school, sports. They don't really get the life of a kid. They're just, unfortunately out there selling knickknacks and blankets and, keychains, the whole 9 yards. Sometimes it's foods, whatever it is, but they're there, walking along with their little pack of whatever they have to sell for the day. And these kids are not getting toys when they go home. These kids are not being kids when they go home. They get home, they get their minuscule meal, they go to bed and get up and go back to work in the morning. And this is a real life thing. And it's not everybody here. I don't want to label Mexico at all. There's some very wealthy people here. There's very great communities, safe areas. I'm not going to discredit that at all. It's beautiful here. I feel safe here. But the reality is that there is the underlying poverty issue. And so, just to share a little light and spread some joy, I want to be able to go and, give some of the little boys Ken dolls and give the little girls that I see Barbies and let them just have, a cool toy that's a new toy just for them that was given to them, and just, spread a little joy. It's a very small act. The Barbies themselves that I put, and I realized that if I put it into a registry, people can go in and buy whatever ones or however many they want. It'll actually just ship to my house. So I just have to post that online. So after I'll send that over to you. Yeah, so the Barbies themselves are like $15 to $17 roughly, give or take. So when you see the price, if you do go on there, it's not $300 and something dollars. That's pesos, guys. So don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. But yeah, that's the initiative. That's the push. So I have either the opportunity for you guys to go on Amazon, purchase it, and have it sent to me, or I opened up a separate wallet completely that I'm totally willing to keep open, post all the donations that come in as they come in. But there's like Solana-based Bitcoin and Sui, I think, are the 4 wallets that are listed there. So I give people options to do it. And like I said, I'm willing to be completely transparent with everything, with obviously caution and privacy. I would be even willing to, film them getting handed out. I also don't want people to feel like, oh, here, I'm giving you something, but save cheese for the camera. Yeah. That's kind of cheesy as well. Yeah. It can be motivational to some people, but I'm not sure how I feel about doing that aspect just yet. But for the remaining, I plan on being completely transparent with any funds that do roll in, and at least showing you guys like, hey, this is what's going on, and this is the initiative that I took to make sure that these products were distributed accordingly. Yeah.
Well, plus like for the whole filming, like you don't want to put people's kids like online either. Right. So I mean, I think like at least with the Web3 and crypto space, they would hopefully understand that and just like just give them receipts or what other ways of giving receipts and stuff. But yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool to just like just a little gesture for them to just have something to play with. Yeah, that's really cool.
Toys so we could donate. We got 2. We got the Crypto Kids and Trickle Down Elmo.
Okay.
Those are my made up things.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. We're gonna market these. The Crypto Kid. Ironically, it's funny you said the Crypto Kid, right? Which is hilarious.
Crypto Kids is pay and pray technology.
Tell me more.
Oh, well, you give a savings account or checking account access to your child for the game. It's an electronic game, and they totally FOMO at the top and diamond hand all the way to 0.
Love it. I mean, that sounds
play and do what the adults do.
I was just gonna say it sounds exactly like some of my friends. Like I think that's what's going on.
Yeah. Get them started early.
Buy at the top and sell at the bottom. Yeah, that's the lesson we're teaching, guys. You know what? We did it. We're done. We're done here, guys. You've learned how to do crypto.
Yeah, my work is done. Thank you for watching. Send us
that's financial advice, by the way. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I don't know.
It's not. Don't do it.
Yeah. It's called a joke, guys. Joking.
Yes.
And the trickle down Elmo. Okay, I see.
You get trickle down economics. You get to learn trickle through Elmo.
But
Love
then
it.
make it where it says, Elmo still loves you though. My daughter had one of those like regular Elmo things when she was little, and I didn't realize that it was still on the on switch, and it was like she was sleeping, and I guess she rolled over and hit it, and it was like, Elmo loves you. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Are we in trouble? Oh, look at you.
Tech support is here. Hey, Hinano.
Beautiful
Late?
background.
Hi.
Are you late? No, we're just getting started.
Oh, okay. What's up, Bitcoin Barbie? Nice to meet you.
I'm
This is
fantastic.
Hinano, my husband, and
I'm the husband. So,
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
what's going on, Hinano?
no, I just came to pop in really quick. I saw you guys are still on. I just got off work, guys. I'm working off island, so I'm away from my wife right now. So, yeah. Just came to say hi.
Oh, love it. Love it. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I've been enjoying the conversation. I got into a little bit of the conspiracy theories. I'm glad I wasn't part of that segment because I probably would have went off, but that's okay.
I've got so many, and I try. It's like sometimes I want to share them, and then sometimes I'm like, you want to work with serious companies. You want to work with
Yes.
serious
Yes.
Really.
Yeah,
You
like,
know
this is
and
live,
act
right?
accordingly.
I mean, we can talk about the Stargate if you want. We can go really very far down some rabbit holes with me, but we'll keep it a buck. We'll keep it a
We'll
buck.
do that in the back channels.
For sure.
We want to get
Hilarious.
sponsored.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, that's
I'm
it. We
like,
want
I'm
sponsorship.
trying to work with the top 50 projects here right now. Top 20, I better just.
Yeah, so
I believe in Bitcoin. That's the conspiracy. Okay.
There you go.
Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah.
I think we're all in that conspiracy.
No,
Yeah.
this has been really fun. I don't know how much more time you have, Barbie.
I have one last question, if I may.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I would love to hear about your an aha or oh my gosh moment or something that really whether it's your story, whether it's one of your listeners, a comment or something they told you, something that really stands out from your journey into Web3 that is will feel good, hopefully, moment.
That's a really good question. I've had a couple really awesome aha moments in this space. Like I said, when I first started, I would not have imagined something like NFTs or meme coins would have been a thing. But when NFTs came out and people were trading these like pixelated pictures and, listen, I collect JPEGs. I do. I collect them. I've got a couple nice JPEGs. I've never spent like $1 million on a monkey in real life or digitally. But it was a really weird thing to me. And then I realized, just like most things when they're trying to go mainstream or test in that, they do things that are covertly just mainstream. So like this whole NFT art world is kind of the way that they presented it. But the truth is, and this was an aha for me, the truth is that the technology is there to become a record of digital asset ownership, a digital record of asset ownership, I should say. So again, and I know it's been talked about, but this is, in my opinion, the real value of it is to have house deeds, titles, whatever, mortgage is listed on an NFT for car titles. Really, even when, I've got a little bit of a designer addiction. I do have a little bit of a shopping problem, okay, guys? But when I go and I spend some money on something, it comes with a certificate in my box to say, hey, this is actually Chanel. This is actually Versace or whatever the situation. This is actually a real certifiable thing. And so we're going to see, in my opinion, that come to life as well. and we're going to see those certifications being held in wallet, and those will be valuable. Those types of things, your receipts, your ownership is all going to be on blockchain, right? We're already seeing, when I say your receipts, when you start going to the store and buying your groceries and buying all of this, we're going to see those receipts are going to be digital. We're already seeing it come in the form of an email. What's the next step is for it to come in the form as, you know, a transaction ID that's happened on chain. So that was an aha moment for me, especially because we're in the midst of moving from analog to digital, and it only makes sense to run it in this manner. So that's the first one. But we, in order to do that, you know, we have to have all of the craziness that has gone along with NFTs. We've had to have all of the wallet hacks. We've had to have all the security breaches. We've had to have all the total scammy type backdoor entrances to smart contracts available. We've had to see those because we have to tighten up the game before we start putting real value on real assets on chain. And I think that's kind of where we're starting to come in with a lot of these RWA projects. So that was an aha moment. And then again with meme coins, you know, because everyone's like, why is this even allowed? We need to put our foot down. These launch pads need to be shut down. And I absolutely disagree. First of all, if you're in the casino and you're just popping money off into something, it's your own problem. And I say this all the time, and I'm sure if there's anyone who's been watching on my side of things, they've heard me say it in spaces. You know, this space is your responsibility. You are absolutely 100% responsible. But further than that, if I came to you and I said, hey guys, I'm going to open a restaurant, I need some investment. You're like, yeah, okay, let's talk about it. Where are you opening the restaurant? Well, I don't know. I'll let you know. I have no plan. So we'll figure it out. I don't have things already lined up. I don't even know how to run a restaurant. But just give me your money, okay? Well, what's on the menu? I don't know yet. We'll figure out what I feel like eating that day. You know, you guys would look at me like I was insane, and you'd be like, absolutely not. And yet every day, for some reason on blockchain, people do this, right? They don't look into the team that's behind a coin. They don't look into, like, you know, what is possibly happening, what deals are on the table. And so it's just very odd to me that people just are throwing money to perfect strangers on the internet because they made a cool picture. And I'm not talking about NFTs, I'm talking about memes at this point, right? Like, but then, you know, on the flip side of that, I also see that this does have to happen again in this industry. With a lot of stuff that's going on with meme coins, we're seeing, you know, transaction, like TPS, like transaction per second limitations being exploited. We're seeing how far certain chains can be pushed. We're seeing how much information can be dedicated onto that chain, how much we can push that chain in terms of what we can compile in terms of data on it. And so there is a lot of benefit to what's happening right now. You know, your average person who's a gambler is definitely, you know, being exploited in this, but at the same time, we're all grown-ups here. So if you're choosing to go online and shoot money around like that, I mean, I have no sympathy. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like people who are scammers, outright scammers, and I'm not defending them. But again, you know, we're in a space where you do need to take absolute responsibility for yourself. That is the purpose. That is the rhyme, the reason. And as an adult, you shouldn't even have any qualms with that. Like, that's what being an adult is being responsible. So for me, though, the aha moment was that once the dust settles with all of these launch pads and all the craziness that's going on, we're going to have a lot of people who are really knowledgeable on tokenomics and understanding how to tokenize a small business, or how to run a charity, or how to, you know, crowdfund for a great project. And as long as they have, you know, we are really diligent on how we're learning and how we're articulating ourselves. I mean, the technology is great for exactly that, tokenizing small businesses that may need, you know, outside investment. It is great for crowdfunding. It is great for a lot of those, you know, things that are going on right there. But we're not seeing that right now. And come to think about it, really, like most businesses fail, right? Like, let's be serious about it. Like 95% of people do not run a successful business, and they have to start over and start over, which I highly encourage. If your business failed, continue. What went wrong? how did this go wrong? How did we get here? Take stock, move on. You're creative. You can continue on and take those lessons as you go. And I think that's the same thing in crypto. I think there's a lot of people who are learning how the entire tokenomics and ecosystem work in a way that was previously gated to your average person. I think Launchpad's made it possible for us to actually hop in. And we're still early. So I think that continue to figure out how the tokenomics work, and there's businesses to be created behind that.
Thank you. That was
Love
a
that.
that was a lot of great stuff there.
Yeah.
I myself learned about what an NFT is technically supposed to be from XLM, which was, you know, the IRL item with online, and then I get into the space and it's all about the JPEGs.
Love it.
So
Love it. Yeah.
that was great. That was great. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. No, I mean, I feel like we're always, just learning. We're like always learning something. You may be like so educated on how to keep yourself safe, and then you mistakenly or just like had a brain fart moment, click something, and you got your wallet drained, whatever the case may be. I feel like we're all still learning, even though like we've been here for however many years. And it's great that we have people that are going to be there to like be our voice or be there to help guide us when we fall, and just be kind of like a support system. I know you have your spaces that you run, like, was it every day or almost every day, I want to say.
Yeah, no, it's almost every day, and it's definitely some of them are getting to like a point where I'm like, I'm definitely in spaces every day, but I'm getting to a point now where I'm like sometimes hosting multiple spaces depending on AMA schedules and stuff. So sometimes I'm hosting like 2-3 spaces in a day.
Holy cow.
Jeez, yeah. And on top of being a mom, so that's shout out to you. But I appreciate you for keeping an eye out for like us, everybody, and just going after those scammers. Don't let them get to you.
Yeah.
It's real out there. Hinano, did you have anything you wanted to ask her or just like mention?
I don't really have too much context on what you guys have been talking about, but I have been listening in on the final question. So you seem very knowledgeable. I want to thank you for coming on the show. Normally I'm on here with these guys, but I've just been on a business trip. So, and what we really like to do here is to try to educate non-Web3 people the simplified way on how to kind of like traverse this landscape that we're in. I'm a big proponent on the tech side. I'm big on the AI side. Obviously, we're a production company, but I just really appreciate your time coming on here. And this is kind of like a place where we try to bring communities together. So if you ever want to come back on the future, just to promote something, we have an open door policy here. You're always welcome.
I love it. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you guys asked me to be a guest today. I'm really happy to have been here, and I appreciate you guys giving me, your platform. Quite often it's the flip side, right, where I'm giving everyone else the platform. So it's kind of interesting to be on the other side of the questioning here. It's a cool experience. So no, I love it, and I love being part of panels and discussing and everything. I'll do a little shill here. I will be speaking at the Futurist Conference in Miami. So I'm definitely sitting on a panel there. And I may or may not, I'm just confirming it, I may be speaking on a panel in Querétaro, Mexico shortly after as well. I'm the conference. I love conferences. I'm at all of them. I missed a couple this year, but I've been at a lot this year. I think I've gone to 9 already, and I'm about to do 2 more.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
But yeah, no, so hopefully if you guys are going to be at Futurist or conference, the Futurist conference in Miami, definitely stop in, say hi. And if you guys haven't heard about that and you're interested, if you go to futuristconference.com, and you want to go buy your tickets, you can use my code Barbie25. You get 25% off the tickets there. But you know what, Futurist is a really cool conference. It's been long running. It's been one of the biggest. It is the biggest conference in Canada. Exactly. There you go. The biggest conference in Canada. And they were purchased recently by an American company who wanted to run them as well in America. So their first conference in the States is coming up November 5th to 6th in Miami, Florida at the Hard Rock Hotel. This is their first one, and I just did an interview with them about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago now. And at that point, they said that they had already sold 3,000 tickets. So to give you yeah, and it's usually a big one in Toronto as well. So I'm really excited. I've been going to this conference for a couple of years now. I went to it earlier this year. They had the Canadian one in Toronto. I did attend that. So this is one of my favorite ones. I mean, the color scheme is on brand, so I got to get with it. You know? Yeah. But yeah, no, great. It's a great conference, and I'm really looking forward to what they do in the US since this is their first one. And they actually just announced that Eric Trump will be speaking at this conference. And also, I've known for a while, but Iggy Azalea will be speaking at this conference as well. So they've got some really cool lineups, and I've also seen Vitalik Buterin speak at this conference several times. So we'll see. We're definitely gonna probably have some pop-ups that attend last minute, but if you guys are trying to be in the know, this is one of those ones that it's a really good one. Best bang for your buck for sure. I'll endorse this one for sure.
I see a 2-for-1 sale ends in a day and 6 hours as well. So add that to that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
2-for-1. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Nice.
All right.
And what was your code again? You said?
It's Barbie25, all capitals.
There you go, Dave. If you're hearing in the background, Barbie25, Futurist Conference.
2-for-1, take Metabeast.
Yep. Align yourselves.
Well, that's awesome. And then, I'm sorry, Hinano, go ahead.
No. This is awesome. For the community members watching right now, this is like one of these events going on. Take a look at the website. Any questions? I'm assuming our audience can reach out to you, Barbie?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Love it.
This is her X page. Go and give her a follow. And then also this Friday coming up, I believe.
Yeah.
You have a space as well.
Yeah, I have a space with FOMOWell. FOMOWell is it's Bitcoin DeFi. And so it's Bitcoin DeFi. You can trade on there. You can buy the crypto meme coins, but it's also a Runes launchpad. As I explained before, Runes are Bitcoin meme coins, or Bitcoin altcoins, so to speak. I don't think everything on the side of that is total side note, but I don't think everything that we consider a meme coin is actually a meme coin. I think some of them do have utility. They're just being launched off of launch pads and kind of being categorized the same, but I don't believe so. But anyways, FOMOWell is all about Bitcoin DeFi, and it's a Runes launchpad, guys. So pull up 3 p.m. Eastern on Friday. I will be there talking with the founders of that company. And also if you guys have your own project in Web 2, Web 3, and you want to do an AMA, you want to get some eyes on your project, this is something I do on a regular basis. So you can reach out as well. My audience is definitely growing very quickly. So if you look, the space I did the other day had 153,000 people in it. I'm totally joking. Someone botted the shit out of my space.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. I don't bot my space. I don't pay for followers. I don't pay for engagement. I just put the work in. So it was kind of ironic because I think someone was playing off the fact that I'm very much so talk about that, like, oh, don't bot your space and everything. So I think they were trying to bot me out. Oh well, is what it is.
You're gonna have those.
Yeah. I said I had one last question, but now I before I forget, because to me this is kind of important too that we didn't touch on at all. You communicated, you reach Bitcoin Barbie through, is that this true through Morgan's Women's in Crypto
Me?
thing? Is that what you told me?
Yeah. So I'm in a group chat with like women of what is it called? DEF CON, women of crypto, women of Web3.
Yeah.
And so I always see your posts, and then I started following you, and I'm like, okay, I'm like sporadically, I'm like, oh, she has a space. She has another space. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I listened to a bunch. And I think like you have topics to talk about, but I always come in and it's like something so random, and I just like hang out. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just give, I'll shoot my shot, and here we are.
No, I love it. I appreciate you reaching out. I really enjoy doing these panels. I think it's really cool, not just to make it about me, but like a lot of the time it's the flip side. So it's kind of really cool to do it, where you guys are talking to me and asking me questions. It's definitely an interesting, juxtaposition for sure. So I appreciate it for sure. And like I said, anytime that you guys want to do a live or a space, definitely reach out if you have a cool topic and you're running a space on it and you want me to join, obviously schedule permitting. I'm on spaces all the time. I think you guys have or I know you've probably seen it come to realize if it's not my own space, I'm in someone else's space.
Yeah, the space life.
If you come into a space I'm in, there it's 50-50. I'm either there's people talking smart stuff or there's people talking nonsense.
Well, this is where I'm like, the bell is starting to chime, right? For me, I always say like after 9 p.m. My time, it gets a little bit harder to be serious, and I turn into a
X after dark.
Yeah, X after dark. I'm so decent. Yeah. I'm like, catch me at like 10 a.m. interviewing all these projects and being like very straightforward and like, suit up. And then all of a sudden 9 p.m. hits and I'm like, yo guys, sparkling. Like,
right? Yeah, you gotta let your hair down, put up your feet. Yeah.
And just get ridiculous.
You're off the clock.
Yeah. Off the clock, but you know what I found? Giving both those sides has done really well for my own reputation. I think I just show people that I have no filter. I have no real ability to be like a liar. So it's like I just sit there. I'm just my most authentic self at all times.
Yeah.
Well, but I have to reserve it and have to reel it in, and then when we get to later, I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm hammered.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on board. This has just been a great conversation, and just looking forward to doing more with you. I love it.
This was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. And yeah, I want to give a shout out to Morgan because that's how I found you in that
Wait.
What?
So you were able to connect with Barbie through Morgan? I miss Morgan. How is she?
Yeah, Morgan.
She was in my space last night. Actually, I opened a space last night specifically for her to ask some questions about the InfoFi that we know.
I missed that space.
And it ended up
Tell
going
her I
for
said
2.5
hi.
hours because one of the founders of Aligners came in. So
nice.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good for you.
Crazy.
See, connections.
Well, big hugs to Morgan. Big hugs to Morgan.
Yeah.
I will
That's
relay
awesome.
that to her.
Yeah.
And big hugs to you, Barbie. Thank you so much for coming on. Like I said, I'm like the person who came late, so I'm kind of playing catch up. So I'm going to rewatch the stream right now. I want to thank our audience also for watching as well and giving Barbie your guys' time as well. And yeah, just want to really thank you for coming on. We really like to connect with communities here. And we came, I don't know if Dee told you, we came from the digital collecting community. We branched out. Now we're like all over the place. And we're just really, we're trying to be like,
crossing community bubbles.
That's it. That's what we want to try to do here. So I appreciate you trying to help us accomplish that today.
Yeah, I love it. I'm also in the same kind of mindset that I'm always looking for new communities so that I can break my algo. My biggest mission is constantly to break my algo and have just new things across my feed. Obviously, I want to support my my favorites and the people who have been supported, but I constantly want to have like new things across my feed. So it's cool to meet new people and come into a new community. And, you know, I really still like to get to know people. So I can't wait to jump into your communities and see who's around you and see what you guys are all doing, and, you know, check out what the synergy is and, you know, what we're building all here together, or how we can contribute to raising each other up. So I appreciate this. And I again, genuinely, I'm excited to learn more about you guys and what you guys are doing over here.
My friends Earl and Clyde call it the Al Gore rhythm.
He's here all day, Barbie. He's here all day. Guys, I got to run. Thank you so much for having me on, even though I do live with my lady over there. I will call you a little bit later, Dee. Metabeast, good to see you. And Barbie, thank you so much for coming on Future Watch.
For sure. Thanks for taking some time.
All right.
Have a
Hello,
great
guys.
afternoon.
Take care.
Ciao.
Awesome.
Yeah, love it.
Really good. Thank you so much.
Yes, no, I appreciate it again. You know, this has been a really cool like,
Yeah.
You're still here, Hinata. I'll just push him down. I pushed him down. Okay. Before we see something we shouldn't see. No, this has been great. Before we end the show, was there anything that you kind of, you know, your final thoughts or anything you want to leave us with, Barbie, before we end the show?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, the main thing that I'm really working on is the marketing side, the brand development, the business development side of Web 2 and Web 3, and really just bringing those people together from Web 2, showing them how to articulate in Web 3. It's really not as complicated as it sounds. But yeah, just more so on that business development side and helping people push themselves. I have my open chat in my link tree as well that you guys can join. That's a public community, but there is a private chat in there as well, subscription chat, where I did drop my book. It's called 5 Simple Steps to Setting and Achieving Your Goals. We do a Monday space, and I know I mentioned this. I have spaces almost every day. It is on my banner on my profile, my schedule. But that space, we kind of read little excerpts from the book and discuss. But that full book is available in my subscriber chat. There's more to come, more things to be put into that as alpha. And then, you know, just again, doing that business development and helping you guys learn how to maybe post better, how to relay your messages better, how to approach clients better, how to close your contracts, how to word yourself, and how to really create a roadmap so that you're successful in what you're trying to achieve. That's where I'm going right now. That's where I'm heading. Alongside, you know, obviously the open marketing side of things, where I'm the kind of face of the marketing. I want you guys to be able to do the face of your own marketing, or understand how to market for yourself. So that's the push right now. Feel free to connect with me. You can shoot me a DM. You can definitely get in the spaces. Usually all of my spaces have an open mic. So if you have any questions you want to pull up, feel free. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
This has been, really awesome. Thank you so much, Barbie, for your time. Thank you, Hinata, for jumping in, and appreciate you, Metabeast, as always. Was there anything else you wanted to say, Metabeast, before we ended the show?
I will just say my final farewell to everyone. Thank you for listening, as always. Dee, thanks for having me. Bitcoin Barbie, it has been an extreme pleasure. It really has. Appreciate you taking your time. And to everyone else, be safe, be well, be you.
Love it. Ciao, guys.
Ciao. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and for watching the replay for whoever's not here. And just appreciate everyone's support. Until the next time, have a safe and wonderful evening. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Ciao.